Today, we're gonna try the impossible. I'm gonna try to do a nail trim on my dog, and I'm gonna show you the process. So stay tuned if this is something you wanna see and laugh about. Okay, so yeah, we're actually gonna try to do a nail trim on my dog. This is a very different experience from my cat's nail trim. If you didn't see that video, you can go watch it. It's in my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe as well. But yeah, we're gonna try to do a nail trim on my dog. I adopted her when she was very little, and I was not a vet back then. It was many years ago. And I never got her used to it. I never even tried. I didn't know dogs were supposed to have nail trims. I knew very little about how to take care of a dog. But yeah, I learned all of this and what I was supposed to do as a pet parent. And instead of trying myself, because I didn't know how to do it, I started taking her to grooming facilities so they could do a nail trim and like endoglans and grooming and all of that package. And when I tried to do it myself the first time, I noticed that my dog was already super traumatized. And it's sad because I didn't have much space and room to train her and like make it a positive experience for her. She was already traumatized. She already hated it, and just every time I try, it's a very difficult experience for her and for me. But there are definitely dogs that are worse. My dog is just like, she won't let me, but she won't be aggressive either. So I usually have my husband help me. And we recently discovered that she does way better with a Dremel than actually nail clippers. So that's what I've been trying recently. She is also 10 years old, so I try not to stress her out too much. And definitely her patience have decreased the older she gets. So without further ado, let's try this thing. Well, actually, before I even try the traumatic experience we're about to have, I'm gonna show you what I use for my dog. This is the nail clipper I used with my cats in the last video. It's a small nail clipper, and this is the dog nail clipper I am about to use. The difference is the size, of course. And with this nail clipper, you have more precision of where to cut and trying not to cut the quick. My dog has very long quicks, by the way, so this is gonna be hard. And dark nails. Yes. And then this nail clipper is for longer nails, thicker nails as well. What I like about this one is that it's very sharp in here, so it doesn't crack the nail, which they usually don't like, and you have more risk of getting to that quick and making it very painful. So yeah, I try to look for nail clippers that are actually sharp in here, not the very like aesthetic round ones and pretty colors. Just I focus about this sharpness. And then I start with this, and then when I need to do like details and tiny cuts, so I make sure I'm not getting closer to the quick, I use this one. But sometimes she won't even let me use any of these, and I just have to go straight to the Dremel. And that's like pros and cons, right? Because if you're spending a longer time doing the nail trim, she's getting more and more stressed. But at the same time, she is a little bit better with the Dremel, so it's kind of like a balance, you know? What I try to do as well is cut the tip of the nail with this or with this if I'm not cutting much, and then try to Dremel from there so I don't have to Dremel the whole nail when it's very long. Okay, so we have Susy here, and we actually have the nail clippers that I showed you before, and we have a new nail clipper because I got an upgrade. Why not? And then here we have the Dremel or grinder. And then like I said, Susy does way better with the grinder, but we're gonna see how long they are. Sometimes it's better to clip the tip of the nail with this and then use the grinder after. That way you're not like grinding a lot on the same nail. And sometimes they don't like it when you spend a lot of time on the same nail with the grinder. So let's try to do that. Let's see how Susy does. Like I said, we're gonna work with her because as you can see, she's already wanting to leave. She's very nervous and she's looking away. That means that she's in a situation that she doesn't want to be. But we do have to clip her nails because otherwise they can get arthritis if the nails are like very long and they're like curving. And every time they stab, because the nail is like overgrown, the finger goes to the side. So that causes like deviation from the natural anatomy of the digit, and over time that causes arthritis pain. So yeah, this is necessary for their health. So yeah, dark nails, dark nails. So we're gonna go little by little and see when we're actually getting close to the quick, so we're not cutting the quick. And then like I explained before, I like to move the security thing because it's not very accurate. Sometimes you have longer nails and longer quicks, and this won't tell you where the quick is. It's always better to get used to doing a nail trim without this. Okay, so here I tried to do the nail trim with the clipper, but Susy didn't let me, so I'm gonna actually switch to the Dremel so she does a little bit better. Since we're using this Dremel for the first time, I'm going to show you the parts that it has and the features, and I'm going to leave the link down below so you can also get it on Amazon. So we have the Dremel over here. This is me just opening the package the other day, and I think I got it for like $22 if I'm not wrong. And honestly, I chose this one because it has everything. It has the Dremel, it has cat Dremel as well, because it has like a tiny cover that protects the nail, because you know cat's nails are like more sensitive and thin. And then it also has the nail clippers that I showed you before. I like that it's not like huge compared to other Dremels, and you can just easily grab it with your hand. And then once you remove the cover, you can see the actual Dremel, but actually using the cover is just like preference. I'm used to use the whole thing, so I don't use the cover very much. But it just depends. Maybe you have like dogs that are moving a lot and you want to make sure you're not like dremeling fur and getting it stuck in the Dremel and all of that. But yeah, it has a cord so you can charge it, and that transparent one is a cat cover that I was telling you about. So you can just easily switch it to whatever fits better for your dog or your cats. I actually like this option because it's pretty much inexpensive compared to, you know, like the actual Dremel, which is I think like 60 something dollars, and it works pretty much the same and actually better because this one has like 2 LED lights that lets you like see what you're doing, and it also helps you identify the quick. So I definitely recommend this one. This is a nail clipper that I showed you before. It comes with a Dremel as well, and then it also has a pretty bag where you can put everything together so you don't lose it. And like I said, I'm gonna leave the link down below in case you want to buy it, and if you do, that actually helps my channel because I get a small commission on Amazon, and that allows me to keep making these videos for you and just doing what I love the most, which is educating pet owners. I'm gonna actually take this off because I don't want to use a security cover. I want to use a whole Dremel. That's how I'm used to do it, but let's see. We're gonna turn on our LED lights so we see better. There you go. And then we're gonna start on slow, that way she doesn't get like tickles and then she doesn't want to do this anymore. Yeah, as you can see, she's way better than with the clippers. So definitely Susy is a grinder dog. I already used the grinder, and this is the shortest I can do because her quicks are pretty long, but I think they're good. How you see that the length is good is when they actually step, the nail has to be at floor level. So they're actually good. They're not long. And then here I wanted to show you the difference between a black nail and a clear nail. This is the only clear nail that Susy has. So you can tell it's pretty hard for me to do nail trims on her. This is black nail. You can't really see where the quick is, so it's hard for you to identify it from the outside, but you can tell that you're getting closer to the quick because you start seeing that black dot in there. Not this round huge thing, just that tiny black dot. So when you're using your grinder, when you start seeing that black dot, you want to stop before actually getting too close to the nail and making it sensitive for them. So yeah, in this clear nail, if you see from the outside, you still have a little bit of room to Dremel a little bit more, but I didn't want to like risk it and just Susy to hate me. I'm going to show you now her paw that I haven't done, so you see the actual length of the nail without doing it yet. Okay, so here we have the paw without clipping the nails yet. This is the length that she has. They're not super long. I've seen worse, but they're still getting longer. And then I think this one I already clipped it, as you can see over here. And that's a good part about using a grinder. When you clip the nail, sometimes it's still like sharp. So the grinder actually makes the surface just like more smooth, so it doesn't scratch like the couch or your legs or things like that. And then this is another example of a half dark and half clear nail over here. On the right side it's kind of clear, you can see a little bit of the pink quick, and then dark side you don't see anything. Okay, so here's the front paw. This is the most sensitive part for Susy. You can see here that she has a clear nail. You can see the pink area and the white area, and you can see as well that with hairy dogs it's hard because you have to like pull the fur to see the nails, and you have to pull the fur as well when you're using the grinder because you don't want that fur to get stuck in the grinder. It's painful and it's a mess, but yeah, they're pretty long, so I'm gonna grind them as well. And I won't record that part because Susy had enough for today. Right, Susy? Okay, so that was the nail trim for Susy, and thank you for watching this video. Don't forget that the nail clipper and the grinder that I'm using in this video is linked down below, so you can buy it from Amazon. And I'm gonna get a small commission that supports the channel and allows me to keep making these videos for you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and don't forget, Inner Vet is all about pets. So if you don't want to miss any of my videos, go to the subscribe button and hit that bell button as well, so you get a notification every time I upload a video. Thank you for watching.